Hey there, Ravens flock. Welcome back to Baltimore Talk, the weekly podcast giving you a recap of every Baltimore Ravens game from now to postseason. I'm your host, Anthony Propst, and I'll be bringing you everything you missed, plus my own personal thoughts, opinions, and analysis. And I have some very strong opinions today, folks. Some very strong opinions. We are going to talk about that game. But before we do all that, I'm wearing my Ray Lewis jersey this time. I figured, good or bad, I wanted to do a little throwback from, well, not from, but for a really great player, my personal favorite, the guy who made me A, Ravens fan, and B, I also wore this number when I was younger, when I was a kid playing Pee-wee football. So this jersey has a lot of specialty to me. Plus, even more special to me, my dad gave it to me for Christmas in 2013. So shout out to Pops. Shout out to younger version of me. If he could see me now, he would be in awe. And also, shout out to the man who owned this name and number, Ray Lewis himself. And also, one more shout out, because yesterday with this game, it was my mother's birthday. So even though I said it last week for happy early, I'm going to say it. Happy belated birthday, Mom. I love you. My mom's my biggest supporter, so everybody in the comments say shout out and happy belated birthday. Thanks, Mom. I always love you. But getting into this game here, I have some strong opinions. I said it already. My gosh, where do we go from here? Where do things get talked about? I was watching Good Morning Football before I came to do this show for you, ladies and gentlemen, and they said that it was a really big shakeup in the AFC yesterday. And gosh darn it, they're right. Because not only did Cincinnati lose, Cleveland won, and Baltimore, spoilers, Baltimore lost, and then Pittsburgh won. So, with that being said, and with that standing, where do we go from here? Like, what happened? I know what everybody's been saying. Oh, Harbaugh's trash. Get Todd Monken out of here. Lamar, he's garbage. Get him out of here. Like, why didn't we use Keaton Mitchell more? I hear you. I understand your grievances. Yes, there were some errors on some certain plays, on certain things. However, I'm going to save my big... You know what? No. I'm just going to drop the truth bomb now. We didn't lose that game. The referees absolutely, pardon my French, screwed us over. We had some faults in there, but those referees absolutely screwed us yesterday. And I am going to even point out in every single instance where it happened throughout this podcast today. However, it happens much later, but we're going to always start at the very beginning, starting at the coin toss, which in our own home stadium of M&T Bank Stadium, we won. We won the coin toss, and we chose to defer, which is so smart. But God. So that means Cleveland Browns get the ball. Deshaun Watson, he gets to start it off. 1st and 10, it's a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. We strike hot right here and right now. Editor, put it in here.
3 wide receivers set on 2nd down. Pass deflected, picked off, and taken in for a touchdown by Kyle Hamilton.
I know y'all just saw that on a 2nd and 7. Kyle Hamilton tips, deflects the ball, gets right underneath, and takes it in for a touchdown. That man walked it in. Walked it in. Can you believe that? That is the first time that has happened. A defensive touchdown since week 17 of 2021. It's been over 2 years, almost 3 years since that happened. Nuts. You can't tell me different that Kyle Hamilton does not deserve respect. Or if he ever gets hate, I'm going to say take it off the table because this man can't be stopped. Like, seriously, like, who does that? Who tips the ball, gets it to himself, and then not even runs it, full on just walks like it's a Sunday stroll in the park, walks that in? Who does that? You don't see that too often on defense, and man, chef's kiss. Thank you, Kyle Hamilton, for doing what you do and being a baller. So, Deshaun Watson running it again. 1st and 10, it's a gain of 12. First and 10, Marlon Humphrey and Roquan Smith. They gave Roquan Smith Agent Zero. His new nickname, Roquan Smith, and that's how I'm going to refer to him from now on, is Agent Zero. So Marlon Humphrey and Agent Zero, they get the double team sack for a loss of 2. So now on 2nd and 12, it's an incomplete pass. 3rd and 11, somehow they move. The refs giving them inches. 3rd and 11 is another incomplete pass. 4th and 11, Cleveland has to punt the ball away. 12:51 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10, our boy Mark Andrews, he gets a gain of 8. 2nd and 2, flag. It was encroachment on Cleveland, so that gives us a first down. 1st and 10, Gus, he gets a gain of 5. 2nd and 5, Rashad Bateman gets the first. 1st and 10, Gus Edwards, he catches it for only 4 yards. 2nd and 6, Keaton Mitchell, our guy, our stud from last week, gets a 39-yard touchdown. And shout out to him because his dad, a former Baltimore Ravens player, Anthony Mitchell, was at the game yesterday. So 2 generation of Mitchells, both Baltimore players. This dude gets it absolutely started for us on our first offensive touchdown. 14-0, 10-13 left in the first quarter, and no sponsor still. Baltimore Ravens, please hire me. I love you guys. I have for years now. Out of our trusty Baltimore mug. Now, 1st and 10, gain of 6 for Cleveland. 2nd and 4, it's an incomplete. They get the first down. 1st and 10, incomplete pass. 2nd and 10, Deshaun Watson in trouble. Had to throw it away towards our sideline. 3rd and 10, they get the first down. 1st and 10, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on Baltimore. That was garbage. Because Cleveland, and I don't understand, and please someone in the comments or someone out there, please explain what this is 100%, because all my years of playing, watching, and understanding the game of football, Cleveland had a crackback block on us that didn't get called, which, shout out to Ravens Game Day Network, because I didn't watch it live this time. I stayed and listened to it on the Ravens Game Day Network, so shout out to them. A crackback block is an illegal block in the NFL, and it didn't get called, but they called unnecessary roughness on us? How? Please someone explain how that happens. Where is the sense? Where is the... Oh, goodness. So now it's a 1st and 10 for Cleveland, gain of 2, 2nd and 8, dropped pass, 3rd and 8, incomplete pass on the goal line. So now 4th and 8, they get the field goal, making it 14-3, 7:27 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10, Gus Edwards, gain of 6, 2nd and 4, Lamar, he had to drop way back, and this one, this was a confusion between him and Gus Edwards. I don't think, they said something, but then they kind of also bumped into each other, so this was a miscommunication between them. I'm not going to hold it against him. Like, miscommunication happens. It is what it is. 3rd and 10 now, Gus Edwards, he goes down. There was an illegal... This one really saved us because there was an illegal contact on Cleveland, so that gave us a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10, it's a pass that was knocked down. For 2nd and 10, Isaiah Likely, he hasn't been mentioned a lot lately, so he gets gain of 5. 2nd and 5, incomplete pass to Keaton Mitchell. 4th and 5, Justin Tucker, 37-yard field goal is good. Now 17-3, 3:39 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10, it's a gain of 2. 2nd and 8, Deshaun Watson runs it for 6. 3rd and 2, Jadeveon Clowney. This boy on a beautiful sack. Oh my gosh. I love to see quarterback sacks. I love to see that when our defense breaks that line of scrimmage and takes them out. Not hurting them, of course, because you never want to see a player hurt, which, oh, good Lord, were there some hurt players yesterday on both sides, but, First, so now on 4th and 5, Cleveland has to punt the ball away. There was a delay of game on Cleveland on that, so it just backs them up 5 yards to 4th and 10. They still punt the ball away. Who cares? You lost 5 yards. You're still punting it anyway. Big whoop. 1st and 10, Lamar, he has to run it himself for 3 yards with an excellent. Oh my gosh! I hope they recorded this highlight, and if I can have my editor find it, I am going to make sure he puts it and shows it right where I'm talking. We'll forget just the silence on this time and letting NFL speak over it like we did for the first highlight. But if you're seeing it where I'm having it put in, tell me that's not. He says, "Get this out of here. Get out of my way." And it was only for 3 yards. But this thing, it was like a stiff arm out of Madden, for crying out loud. I know Zay Flowers' nickname is Joystick, but Lamar really tapped into his Madden stats and went off. Now on 2nd and 7, it's no gain from Gus Edwards, ending the first quarter. And that first quarter was absolutely amazing. It wasn't excellent, it wasn't perfect, but that was some gosh darn good playing. Seriously. Now on 3rd and 8, it is an incomplete pass. So now on 4th and 8, Stout out for the first time today, punting the ball away for Baltimore. 1st and 10 on the Browns side. I almost said on Baltimore's side. 1st and 10 on the Browns side. It's a gain of 5. 2nd and 5, they get the first. 1st and 10, they get the first down again. 1st and 10, gain of 1. 2nd and 9, gain of 3. 3rd and 6, they get the first down again. 1st and 10, incomplete pass. 2nd and 10, they get the first down. 1st and 10, almost an interception by Patrick Queen, but he dropped it at the last second. It is what it is, no big deal. I know he was kicking himself at that one. He knows, we know he could have had that. But sometimes things slip, and I really started and almost slipped on that. You see my joking and playing nature now. Just wait till you hear my final thoughts. You're gonna see. But on that almost INT though, there was a holding call on Cleveland, so that backs them up 10. 1st and 20 now. It's a gain of 2. 2nd and 18. Deshaun Watson on the run for 2. 3rd and 16 is a short gain. However, there was an illegal formation on Cleveland, so that backs them up. So now on 4th and 12, there's a delay of game. There was abrupt movement on the defense, and it causes the offense. Please explain this, because even the gentleman covering Ravens on the Ravens Game Day Network said how does this make sense? The defense can't, they can move back and forth on their own side without jumping the ball, not jumping the neutral zone. But that can cause how does that cause a penalty? And they said it was on Kyle Hamilton, he jumped forward, jumped back, jumped forward, jumped back, jumped forward, jumped back. Never crossed the line, never broke the neutral zone. But that somehow causes the offense to get jump? How does our safety cause a lineman to jump? How does that make sense? He didn't. How is that a penalty? Abrupt movement where? He didn't do anything but run in and out, run in and out, run in and out. So what? He didn't do anything wrong. He's setting up for the blitz. You would expect defensive players, especially a safety or a middle linebacker, to do that. But the offense doesn't get offsides because they jumped before the ball was moved. Where is the correlation here? That's again one of those instances where the refs just decide to throw it on Baltimore somehow, causing Cleveland to kick a field goal, making it now 17-6 with 7:30 left in the first half. I don't understand. I really don't understand it here. First and 10 now on Baltimore. Zay Flowers, like I just mentioned him, joystick. He gets the first down. First and 10, we get the first down. I didn't catch who caught this one because they were talking over it. First and 10, Gus Edwards, gain of 4. Second and 6, Justice Hill, another 4. Third and 2, this one, we did get a false start. I'll take that. Fine, whatever. Third and 7, this one was overthrown to Zay Flowers. And Lamar, he did do that a little bit yesterday. I won't lie. We were overthrowing him just by about a hand, not even a full arm, not even a finger, not a full arm length, but not just a fingertip, about a hand's length. About just a normal from wrist to fingertip length of overthrow. But that's okay. Now on 4th and 7, there was we got saved on this one. Because on 4th and 7, there was 12 men on the field, so that gave us an extra 5 yards. So on 4th and 2, Lamar, we went for it, and we all know how it can be risky when John Harbaugh makes the decision to go for it. In this one here, Lamar got sacked, but there was a defensive holding call on Cleveland, so we got saved twice on 4th down. Twice on 4th down, because we were just going to punt it or kick a field goal, but we got saved with an extra 5 yards. So we said, you know what, Jordan Stout, sit this one. Let's risk it. Let's go for it. And then when we get sacked and we're like, we get saved by the skin of our teeth. So now on 1st and 10, Gus Edwards gets a gain of 6. Keaton Mitchell on a loss of 7. Now 3rd and 11, Lamar is sacked. 4th and 16, Justin Tucker's 55-yard field goal is blocked. And yes, you heard me right. It is blocked and recovered by Cleveland, and they run it. They run it. Run it. Ridiculous. Now on 1st and 10, Cleveland gets the first down. 1st and goal, it's a loss of 1. We take our first time out of the half. 2nd and goal, Clowney, he stops the play. He's hurt. Wonderful. We take our second time out. 3rd and goal, incomplete pass. Also a holding on Cleveland flag. 4th and goal, they kick the field goal. Now a minute 2 left in the first half. 1st and 10, Lamar, he scrambles for the first down. And again, this is the referees. This is the referees. He clearly crossed the plane and broke it. But they said he's short. Somehow he's short. And when I say that, it's now 2nd and half a yard. Half a yard. Like you see teams get, when it's clearly a full yard short or even centimeter short, they give it to him. But this one's half a yard short, and how? How did he not? Please, someone explain that one to me. But now on 2nd and half a yard, interception. He throws an interception. Whatever. The refs are already throwing this game for us anyway. Why not just add fuel to the fire? 1st and 10 for Cleveland. Gain of 2. Cleveland takes their first time out of the half. 2nd and 8, incomplete pass. 3rd and 8, Browns get the first. They take their second time out. 1st and 10, incomplete. 2nd and 10, incomplete. 3rd and 10, incomplete. Great. But this on this 3rd and 1, I'm not going to just overthrow it. I'm not going to sound dull or whatever, uninterested. I mean, yeah, they threw 3 incomplete passes like anybody cares with less than 30 seconds left, for crying out loud. But Justin Madubuike had an excellent tackle on this one here. He really got there, took down Deshaun Watson right after, like, it was literally ball out of his hands, Madubuike on him. This was a great tackle. I'm not going to throw the replay in for this one. Doesn't need it. But this one gets a highlight for me, like in my own personal playbook. This is where we take our 3rd timeout, and as soon as they're about to throw it, Cleveland takes their 3rd timeout. Everybody's out of timeouts. You got like 15 seconds left on the clock for the first half. And now 4th and 10, Cleveland, they go for a 60-yard field goal to change. And this was so stupid. Before they took a timeout, it's Baltimore's timeout, they were about to do a 60-yard field goal. Say, you know what, hold on, take a timeout, come back on 4th and 10, and then they throw an incomplete pass. Like, what was the point? Why not just say, forget it? Why waste the timeout? Why even waste attempt and just let the clock drain? Like, they had less time on the game clock than they did on the play, or less time on the time clock than the play clock. Like, just why waste the energy? Like, just go to the locker room. Like, come on. So now that ends the first half, and my first thought here, and this will come up again, the refs, no help. Absolutely no help. Like, you see me slouching, you see me upset here, like, absolutely no help on this one. Like, the refs are not giving us any leeway whatsoever. Like, and I'm going to jump right back to it since it's still fresh in our minds. 2nd and half a yard? Please explain to me how Lamar did not cross that plane. We know that ball went across, but he's going to say, nope, it's half a yard. And pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting dry mouth talking so much, getting upset from this, is these refs, oh my gosh. My next point, the offense, we need to be on the same page. Like, yes, we had one miscommunication between Gus Edwards and Lamar Jackson, but then that 2nd and a half yard interception where Cleveland runs it back so much, we got to be on the same page, guys. Like, we just had one close game 2 weeks ago, but then 3 weeks ago, and then last week we had blowout games back to back. Like, we were on a 3-game winning streak, blowout, close, blowout. And now this, and we're already up 17-9, and a league gets even crazier. And we let it, how? We need to be on the same page. Logistically and routes, everything. Like, I'm not saying it's our running back or receiver's fault, but and say Lamar didn't do the proper thing. Like, Lamar gets some of the blame too. Like, we need to be on the same page. Like, if we're looking through our wristbands and looking at plays, and Lamar says it's play 23, and you accidentally look up one and read play 22 and run the wrong route, or take it up the wrong gap, or run the wrong hole, or whatever. You cut through A gap when you should have been cutting through B gap, or you cut one. Say you run a 5 and in when you were supposed to run a 5 and someone else ran a 10 and out when it was supposed to be so and so ran a 10 and in and you were supposed to run a 5 and out. We got to be on the same page and on the same wavelength. Defense, we need to stall him more. We need to stall them out more. We can't let them keep getting these short gain, like this short gain here, incomplete, long run, or 3 short gains and a really good deep run or a deep pass. Like, we gotta break the line of scrimmage. We gotta hold and break these blocks. We gotta hold them to 2 incomplete passes, and we gotta get in those 2 and long, 3rd and long situations to force the punts. And we were crazy with it. We've been crazy with that for weeks now. We gotta keep this gravy train going on this. And like I just said, we got to stop the run game more. Like, they were really running us down yesterday on defense. I don't know where. And then offense ourselves, we got to hold the blocks more. Lamar got sacked way too many times yesterday. Or he had a run and the pocket collapsed on him way too much. We got to hold our blocks again and again. And I know we can do it because, like I said, 3-game winning streak, 2 out of the 3 were big blowouts. 2 big blowouts against Seattle and against Detroit. So, gotta start just, I don't know. That's my halftime rant. Again, it's going to get worse at the end of the game, but we'll get to that. Because now starting quarter 3, like I said, we won the coin toss. We get the ball back. 1st and 10, Rashad Bateman, gain of 6. 2nd and 4, Lamar kept it for himself for the first. 1st and 10, joystick. Zay Flowers, he gets 17-yard catch, and then he gets hurt. Come on. It's okay. Lot of things to look at these coming few days. 1st and 10, Lamar, he slid for 4. 2nd and 6, the pass was batted down. 3rd and 6, OBJ! Odell Beckham Jr. This stud who got his first touchdown as a Raven last week keeps it going again with a touchdown here on a 3rd and 6. Thank you, Odell Beckham Jr. The $18 million we spent on you was worth it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're trying to tell me it wasn't, I'm going to call you a liar. I'm going to call you a liar. Because now that we're already just shy over halfway through the regular season, and he's now getting touchdowns and getting catches, this time it was a run one. But this is where our luck's about to change, and where once we get to week 16, 17, 18, postseason, OBJ is going to come in clutch, and everybody who's an Odell hater about him being on Baltimore, I'm here to tell you, Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be our clutch and our savior. If not him and some other folks this coming in once it gets near the end of the regular season. So OBJ, it's now 24-9 with 12:29 in the third quarter. 1st and 10, gain of 1 for Cleveland. 2nd and 9, gain of 4. 3rd and 5, they get the first. 1st and 10, gain of 5. 2nd and 5, Watson slides for 4. 3rd and 1, no gain. 4th and 1, they get the first down. 1st and 10, gain of 9. 2nd and 1, they get the first down. 1st and 10, offsides on them. So now on 1st and 15, Agent Zero, Roquan Smith and Brandon Stevens, they get the stop here. So now on 2nd and 14, gain of 3. 3rd and 11, Browns get the first down. Marlon Humphrey, he's hurt. We're dropping like flies. Come on, guys. 1st and 10, gain of 9. 2nd and 1, Cleveland, they get the first down again. 1st and 10, gain of 2. They take a timeout. 2nd and 8, they get a gain of 6. We take a timeout. Both of us back-to-back taking first timeouts of the second half. 3rd and 2, they get a touchdown. It's now 24-17, only a one-score game. This one here, they get the 2-point. But, again, the referees, the play clock hit 0 after or before they hiked that ball. But there was no delay of game penalty. Baltimore, and I'm going to point it out. I'm going to come back to this in another quarter. I'm going to come back to this. Cleveland doesn't get a delay of game penalty when there should have been. But whatever. It's now a one-score game, 24-17, 2:20 left in the third quarter. 1st and 10, Mark Andrews. Here he is. This guy, oh my gosh, Mark Andrews, 36 yards. 36 yards. This is why even though, shout out to Kansas City, Travis Kelce being a great one, because I got to give credit where credit's due, because also Travis Kelce is my mom. She's a Chiefs fan, so got to give it, again, another shout out from Mom. Love you, Mom. Travis Kelce might be a good tight end, but I'm sorry, dude. Mark Andrews has you beat. Mark Andrews is that guy. He's him. Mark Andrews is him in big letters. H-I-M. Mark Andrews is him. Let's just say it. 1st and 10 now. Or actually, before I say that, there was also an illegal contact on Cleveland, so that one penalty decline. Still, we don't need it because we got 36 yards because of Mark Andrews. So 1st and 10, Keaton Mitchell on a gain of 2. 2nd and 8, Lamar is sacked for a loss of 9. So on 3rd and 17, Lamar is sacked again. Woo! Yay. Come on, guys. What did I say at halftime? Hold your blocks, please. 4th and 26, we punt the ball to end the third quarter. However, this here, right before the end of the third quarter, the ball went in the end zone. We punted it in the end zone. And this is great. This is where, again, I said it, last week, 2 weeks ago? Special teams matters because Cleveland's player that caught this one is Prochet. James Prochet, who we traded at the end of last season, is on Cleveland, playing his former team. He dropped it. I repeat, dropped it in the red zone. And guess who got it back? Devin Duvernay, yes, sir. Devin Duvernay. Oh my God. Oh my God. My mic came off. I'm that excited. Devin Duvernay picked it back up. Unfortunately, he didn't get it for a touchdown, but he recovered it because it was a live ball, because it was a fumble. He had it. James Prochet had it. Thank you, dude. I'm sorry that we had to let you go because you were a great dude. You had highlights last year, and if you want to hear those highlights, check out the playlist. Also on Baltimore Talk, Season 1, James Prochet does have some highlights in there, so go back if you want to hear it. Revisit some old episodes. Shout out to Devin Duvernay. Special teams matters. That's all I got to say. Now, going into quarter number 4, 1st and 10, Gus Edwards, he gets a gain of 1. 2nd and 9, incomplete to Mark Andrews. 3rd and 9, incomplete pass again. This one here, it was a late flag, like way late, and they finally decided to call the holding call on Cleveland. Thank you, referees, for finally doing your job properly. So now, 1st and goal, Justice Hill, baby! Touchdown! Wrong. Holding call. And again, another late flag, which they called this on Tyler Lindenbaum, and they said it was holding after and this is after Justice Hill already was in the end zone. Like, they said that Lindenbaum was holding him, but Justice Hill was already in the back of the end zone when they threw the flag. Like, this man had enough time to cross the goal line, get from goal line to the back of the end zone, which is another 5, 6, almost 10 yards before they finally call it? What? How? Please explain how that makes sense. How do you wait 5, 6, almost 10 yards before you call it when the play was already done and over with? Where is the correlation here? So now 1st and 10. So it's now 3rd and goal, and there was an interception in the back of the end zone this time. However, the play's done. It gets reversed because there was a holding call on Cleveland, which, cool, whatever. I'm happy that we still keep the ball, but what was the point? What was the point? Like, you see plays in the NFL where someone has an obvious call that should have been, say, a hold or whatever, when they're on like the 11-yard, like on the 10-yard line, and they go from the 10-yard line to the 9-yard line, and there's an obvious hold before the ball's even out of the quarterback's hands, and there's a hold, and they give it a touchdown in the NFL. But this one, when we're already past the 5-yard line, basically, we're in the red zone, and we're in the back of the end zone, and you call one. But whatever, there's a holding call on Cleveland, and Ronnie Stanley got hurt on this play too, and he was questionable at the same time. So we got the ball back. 1st and goal now. Gus Edwards gets a gain of 3. 2nd and goal. Gus Edwards, Gus to bust this guy. He gets us a touchdown, baby. So now with 11:34, it's now 31-17 in the 4th. 1st and 10, Deshaun Watson is sacked yet again by Matabike. This dude, oh my God. I really don't know who's going to get Defensive Player of the Year here on Baltimore Talk. And once we wrap up this season of Baltimore Talk, once we get to the end of the season for this year of NFL, we'll definitely talk about who gets Player of the Years. We'll go through everything, but nothing yet. Now on 2nd and whatever, it's a gain of 25. Who cares? They got the first down. 1st and 10, gain of 2. 2nd and 8, Cleveland gets the first down. 1st and 10, there was a pass interference flag on us. Wow, what a surprise. Baltimore got a flag. Wonder what Cleveland did on that same play. Probably got ignored. 1st and 10, no gain. Or 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, Cleveland gets a touchdown. Now it's a one-score game once again, 31-24, 9:04 left in the game. 1st and 10, Gus Edwards with a gain of 2. 2nd and 8, pass interference. Not pass interference. Pass is intercepted. Pass intercepted. And I know Lamar threw 2 interceptions, but I've seen it, and I'm hurt just as much. I'm not going to blame him for this one. The other 2 interceptions, yes. And Lamar even said, yeah, those were on me. But this one you can't really blame on him because he threw it and it was tipped. The ball was tipped. He threw it and you can see it. And again, I'm not going to put the replay in as we don't want to replay bad things. This one was tipped. He let go of it and it was tipped and they caught it and ran it back for a touchdown. So, whatever. God, please, someone, please. It's a 1-point game. We can do this. We've done this. We've done this. It's now 1st and 10, gain of 2, 2nd and 8, incomplete. 3rd and 8, Zay Flowers gets the first down. 1st and 10, incomplete. 2nd and 10, Lamar runs it himself. It's a 3rd and 9. Delay again. And here's where we're coming back to it. I said, when Cleveland doesn't get a delay a game after the game clock hits 0, they don't call it. But we get a delay a game when there was an injured player down on the field. We get a delay a game? How? How is it our fault that we aren't going to run a play when someone is hurt? But they give us a delay a game penalty? Where? How? Why? How much sense does that make? And it's where, I know these refs were definitely favoring Cleveland. It's pretty obvious. And it was a Cleveland player that was hurt. How? How are you going to fault us for not running a play when someone is hurt? Why would we do that? We are decent and reasonable human beings. So now it's 3rd and 14. Lamar got 7. 4th and 7. We punt the ball away. 1st and 10. Offsides on Cleveland. Wow, surprising. They actually called a penalty on them. 1st and 15. They get 11. 2nd and 4. It's a gain of 2. 3rd and 2. They get the first down. 1st and 10. The ball gets knocked loose. Shout out to Odafe Owe. This guy, this man. Woo-hoo-hoo! Unfortunately, Cleveland recovered. But still, Odafe Owe, what a guy. 2nd and 19. Browns get 17. 2-minute warning. 3rd and 2. They get the first down. 1st and 10. Deshaun Watson gets hurt on this one, even though they do get the first down. Luckily, he was limping. It was an ankle injury. 1st and 10. Or after that, they do take a timeout. 1st and 10, they get the first down. And I know the Eagles tush push, trying to get it legal in the NFL. I mean, it's not illegal, but explain to me, because most of the time when a pile is pushed and stopped and it's just a stalemate, they blow the whistle, blow it dead there. Explain to me, please, I want to hear this, how the pile can stop, then be started up again and pushed and the whistle wasn't blown and the play wasn't called dead. Oh, that silence wasn't for a replay to go over here or for you to hear anything. That was me waiting for someone to explain that to me. Please, I want to hear the argument because it's not legal. The play should have been blown dead the minute the pile stopped and forward progress was prohibited. That's how football works. Not just in a professional level, in the NFL, in college, in high school, middle school, pee-wee, all across the board. When the ball is in forward progress is stopped, the play should be blown dead. Not just to avoid injuries, but it's a dead ball. But how is it okay to just say, yep, we're going to let this one play out? After that, we take a second timeout. And I'm going to be honest. Actually, you know what? I'll save that for my final thoughts. 1st and 10, no gain on Cleveland. We take our third timeout. 2nd and 10, they get a gain of 6. 3rd and 4, Deshaun Watson kneels it, takes all the time off the damn clock. 4th and 4, field goal good for Cleveland. Baltimore loses 33-31. Wow. I'll say it now. John Harbaugh was pissed. Absolutely flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. We're using adult words here. I'm flabbergasted. In this, this game. I'll say, the interception, the pick six really sucked. The 2 interceptions before that, they sucked. And like I said, I can't fault Lamar for having a pick six because the ball was tipped. Like, yes, he was intent. Like, it would have been a good pass if he had it, but it was literally tipped off, and then sent to a Cleveland player. So you can't really fault them for that. So many injuries. Like, our players, defensive and offense, were dropping like flies, and everybody was questionable. Everybody was like Ronnie Stanley, Patrick Queen. Who else got hurt? Marlon Humphrey. I don't even know. I'm so upset. Defense, we gotta double down. We gotta, again, I said it at halftime, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet here. 2 and outs, 2 and long, 3 and long. We gotta double down and get them to that. We can do it, because again, we've had blowout games within the last 3 weeks. Offense, we really got to get better with passing. Like, our run game was good, but we did not pass that ball as much as we should have. Like, we did not. Mark Andrews had, 2-3 touches all game? Isaiah Likely 1. Zay Flowers a couple. Like, we really, and yes, Rashad Bateman had some catch and runs. Yes, Gus Edwards had some catch and runs, but we need to up our passing game a little more. Mitchell, he definitely, oh my gosh. He had a great touchdown, but then we barely used him in the second half. He had maybe 1, 2, 3? Same like I said with Mark Andrews in the second half. Barely any usage. And really, like I keep saying it now, third time, Mark Andrews should have had some more touches. And you're about to hear, well, you're not going to hear it, but my last point, and I've been very angry about it. The refs, the mother referees really did not do us any favors yesterday. What the actual dude? And I know that I thought this was a kid's show. No, this is not a kid's show anymore, ladies and gentlemen. We're adult on this podcast. This pisses me off to no damn end. Again, missed calls. A delay of game when we were being nice for a hurt player. How is it a call when we don't cross the plane, but we can force them to jump off sides when didn't even touch the neutral zone? Let's look back here. A crackback block didn't get called. Let's see here. Obvious calls that shouldn't have been calls. Someone explain to me where this happens. These refs, and I'm gonna say it. The ref that was here, I even saw it in some conversation on the Ravens Facebook groups that I'm in. The community agreed with me. That ref, I believe his name was Vilma, has a track record of improper calls or not calling things when they should have been called. Like, his track record is, for this year already, is more negative than net positive. Like, can you actually tell me that this was the dude that, oh yeah, let's have him ref a divisional game? Absolutely like, absolutely bullshit. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that you just had to hear all those. But I am so upset at that ref. Like, yes, again, it was the pick six sucked. The blocked field goal sucked. The other two interceptions sucked. But at the end of the day, we still had enough steam to win that game. But the referees, it was the ref, man. That is where I am putting my blame this week. And I know you're probably wondering, well, Anthony, who gets MVP despite all that? Nobody. Like, our offense, yes, it was good. It wasn't great. There was no breakout anything. Yes, Mark Andrews had that 36-yard catch and run. Yes, OBJ had that beautiful touchdown. Yes, Lamar had a beautiful stiff arm. Yes, Keaton Mitchell had a beautiful had a touchdown. Justice Hill had a touchdown. Everybody's getting touchdowns and great plays across the board. Defense, beautiful sacks. Agent Zero, he was doing great. I was sad to say, I was a little upset that we didn't hear Geno Stones. Is he hurt? I honestly didn't check the injury report this week. I will definitely be informing you about the injury report for next week. And speaking of next week, you all are lucky few. You all are lucky folks because you're getting a double dose of Baltimore Talk this week. This is coming out today on Monday. You're going to get another episode this coming Friday because we are back home. This leads me to my last point. We are back home again on Thursday night. Prime time, baby. Prime time in our home stadium against the Cincinnati Bengals, who lost yesterday. So shout out to that loss. Hopefully this one can be a better divisional game. But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining me here. I don't know why. I don't know why that was such a dramatic pause. There should have been no dramatic pause there. Why are we being dramatic, folks? Oh, I know. The refs! The refs! You see the vein on my head? Is it sticking out? Somebody tell me. Let me stop. Let's wrap this one up, folks. Now that with all that being said, we're going to wrap it up here. We are, like I said, we're back home Thursday night on Amazon Prime Video, prime time against the Cincinnati Bengals, 8:15. So I'll see you on Friday for a second episode this week of Baltimore Talk. Usually it's weekly. Now it's going to be twice in 1 week. I'm very excited to finally be able to do that one. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining me here on this episode of Baltimore Talk. I have been your host, Anthony Propst. I will see you again on Friday. Thank you. Goodbye.